Morning, everybody. This is Constance with Charming Custom Crafts here on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I thought maybe I would spook you a little bit with my black kitty since it is Halloween. And I did say that I would show you, and if you're on my Facebook page, you would have already seen it, that I made a new big build this year. And it actually came out of nowhere. And I always say that I try to challenge myself. This year we were getting rid of recliner part of our sectional, and my husband was starting to take it apart, and he goes, honey, what can you do with that? And I'm going, don't tell me that. And I gave myself about 5 minutes staring at it, and I'm going, oh yeah, well, how about an electric chair? He looked at me and he said, no you can't. And I'm like, yes I can. So I knew my neighbor has been on me about, do you want my pallets? Like, sure, maybe, eventually. So I called her and I texted her. I said, can I have a pallet? She's like, oh yeah, how many do you want? Just one. So I'm going to show you. I actually made an electric chair for less than $1.40, at least at this point. It's not complete because the final details will go on in the next 2 days, actually, probably part of it today. It's not out in the yard, obviously. If you guys know anything about me, at my house that I sold 3 years ago, I started at the 1st and I finished at 31st. You can go back to my videos over the last 7 years. This is my 8th Halloween here. I sold my house 3 years ago. I used to start at the 1st and finish at 31st. I love to build suspense. Here I started the last 5 to 8 days because it's a small yard and I don't trust neighbors. Not so much neighbors, I don't trust the little crappers in the neighborhood. I have 3 cameras on this house and I still don't trust anybody. Plus, you know, think about most of Halloween is battery operated and easily taken off. So this, I don't really care. I will not be taking it with me because it's covered in mold. It's also what gave me my lung infection early. I usually get lung infection in November. But I got a lung infection about 3 weeks ago. So I'd already been on antibiotics for that, which I'm already out of, so it's also why it's in the middle of my backyard, as far away from me as possible. So yeah, I gotta put one of my things around my face when I go to put the lights in it. I give my husband a choice between white lights and blue lights. But I did actually make this for less than $1.40. Pretty sure it's more about $1.25, $1.30, because the screws cost me money. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you. I'm gonna show you. Here's my electric chair. If you're on my Facebook page, you would have already got a chance to see it. Because I always give exclusives the best that I can on my Facebook page. So this is why I tell you that it pays to be on my Facebook page. So Mickey's having a good time. This was from my recliner. I took the arm from it and I did age it. I do teach how to age if you don't know how to do it. It is old. I blended it in. So I use my antiquing, but I also do my antiquing in 2 different ways to give that age effect. So now it blends in with the palette. The palette was old. I also love the patina from the different paint that was on it, because a lot of palettes come with different colors that have already been painted on it, and that is for them to know what kind of stock it is. So, and I love that. So I didn't want to take it off, but I did have to wash some of the dirt off. Normally I don't do that when I do a project. I did have extra fabric floating around, so I just left it because it looked like leather. I wish it was more weathered, but I don't really care because I'm throwing it away. It already had some of the nails in it from the professional stuff. I had to leave this on because of the bracing for the back of the armchair. I did use the springs from the armchair. So I want to show you the bottom piece here. If you ever look at a pallet, the pallet has three guards across it. All I did was cut one of the sections of 3. I actually left very little of the pallet. And then I took another section and I took 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I have pictures that I will post behind this so that you can see what I took. Now I did not share that on Facebook, but I am sharing this in the video so you can see exactly what sections I took. At the same time, I only took 4 sections at the bottom to do the legs. Now what I did not show is that I took pieces at the bottom to bracket, and I did this to support the legs. This you cannot sit in. I do not recommend sitting in it for anybody unless you really want to do this. You can make them from regular wood. But the one thing about Halloween is you want it to look as aged as possible. So if you're making something like this, throw it in your backyard in the far corner. Let it get old. It's the greatest thing. And then I put a piece at the bottom. And these are all pieces. See how it's got the wood? This was already painted and I left it. It just makes it really cool. And every piece of wood that's on here, minus this piece, was all from the pallet. So this piece was just part of a recliner I was throwing away. So I did not use anything except this piece of wood that wasn't already on the pallet. So every piece of wood, minus this piece right here, was already on the pallet. Now, considering that, you can still use all the pieces of wood for the arm piece if you want. This piece is also from the pallet. I could have bracketed over this, but I kept looking at it. My husband was like, okay, it's starting to look like a high chair. So I was like, no, I'll stop there. But it started looking like a high chair. Nope. Now, I actually sat in it prior to, before I put this part on it. And I'm like, all right, that's it. Because I'm short, so I was like, no, that's enough. So, I mean, it was pretty easy to make. I used self-drilling screws. So I didn't have to put holes in it. Trust me, that would drive you crazy if you had to keep putting holes in it with a drill. So self-drilling screws, this is where the little bit of money came in. But I also got them on clearance, which was the bonus. So, in the springs that we got, actually, if you see, now this would, trust me, this would have to give you a tetanus shot. So you do need a second person. When I put the pilot holes in the bottom part for the legs, it's the only time I really needed help. And I needed somebody to help me just put the hole in for the first screw and just partly, because I can't do both. So I did need help with the first hole for each one of the legs. The rest of it I did. I did need help for somebody to help me with this. The rest of it I did. Everything else I did myself. So Nicole came up and she enjoyed helping me. My husband, well, I take it back. He did help me with this part. He had fun doing that. He gets grouchy. He helped me with the holes here. Nicole did help. I've been enjoying helping, teaching Nicole different things. He helped me with this piece. Now this is a colander. This is the big money. I put a lot of money into this. I put a lot of money. It was a whole $1.18. This was a big spend on this. This was a whole $1.18 at Goodwill. That was my big money. Yep. That's the big money. I spent a lot of money on it. This is why I tell you, you guys always say that I spend a lot of money on Halloween. No, I don't. The best things I make are the cheapest things in the world. And the greatest thing about this, your mama would yell at you if you do this, but I took a hammer and beat the crap out of it. I had the blast. I was sitting in the garage, and my landlord probably got mad because I kind of put some dents into his cement floor. Not really. He had like a glaze on it, but the glaze has some, you can't really see, but I could. But my husband had an old table one, so it's just going to be hanging there. Now, granted, I looked at getting the, and you guys probably could too, I looked at getting the electric box that they have out there, the false electric box for Halloween. And I kept looking at it and I'm going, you know, I'm not going to get that because you have to actually pull the lever up and down to actually get it to work. Now, if you guys feel like you want somebody to do that, that's great. But see, this is a tetanus shot waiting to happen. No, I don't want the kids actually with this around it because it is moldy. And then I do have sharp things on it. So where I'm going to put it, I don't want them around it anyway because it's blood and gory. And I don't think I've really gone that gory before. So yeah, there will be a sign on it. So, yep, nope. You guys will see that come Halloween. I usually do, if you go back to all my Halloween videos, I do a daytime video and a nighttime video. Last year I kind of got screwed on that, and I'm not going to really talk about that because I'm still kind of mad. So if you want to see my prior Halloweens, feel free to go back 7 years. So, yeah, that is my electric chair. I will have blue lights down in it, and it will be cobweb. You will see the final results. I have like a quote belt at the bottom. I thought about putting real belts on it. And you can see where I put a spring in the middle. There's a spring here and a spring there. And if you don't know what to use for springs, go and use different tubings. There's a lot of things. Don't buy tubing. Go to a junkyard. Go to your closet. Use old belts. Spray paint them. Soak them in tea. People, This is old recliner. The only thing I bought was this at a thrift store. The screws I bought, the staples. Well, I had the staples, but I did have to go buy new staples because of what I'm doing in the front yard. And the screws. But the greatest thing about this is, if you're not going to keep it, I take my screws out. I'm not stupid. And they're self-drilling screws. The greatest screws in the world are self-drilling screws. So, I mean, it came out pretty cool. I'm going to have some pictures. If you're not on my Facebook page, again, I suggest you get on my Facebook page because I think it came out pretty cool. So, I have the belt that goes across the chest. The one that goes across here. And again, it's just scrap fabric I had that looks like leather. I'm not going to keep it. I've had it forever. I mean, I could keep it. Oh. Mickey, it's over here. Mickey. Look, Mickey. It's over here. Mickey. Mickey. Come here. Mickey. Come here. Mickey. Come here. It's over here. Mickey. Mickey. Come here. Mickey, it's not there. Where's it at? See, now you're knocking it over. Well, we have to fix that later. Mick. Mick. Kitty, kitty, kitty. There it is. Do you see it? It's right here. There it is. Oh, you got it. Look, did you guys see that? Did you get it, Mick? Did you get it? He's chasing that lizard. All of them will chase that damn lizard. Get it. Get it. Where's it at? It's back there. Did you see it? I thought maybe you guys gotta catch him catching that lizard. God forbid there's a lizard. They will all chase it. Anyway, I will put some pictures. There's my electric chair that I spent a whole $1.40, though I did get some blue lights. Walmart section, $1.44 in the Christmas lights. I swear by Christmas lights. They're cheaper than Halloween because Halloween lights, the orange and purple, are like $5. So, look, I think they found it. I'm gonna have to fix that floor. It just pops in. I did not screw it in. There's no point. I do have a neighbor that wants it. Did you get it, Mick? Did you find it? Anyway, on that note, they're sporting new collars. My mama sent some new ones. Hi. All right, they're chasing. Mickey's on the prowl. And it is early morning, and I'm gonna post some pictures saying night. They're gonna go take cat nap, morning cat nap, and say happy Halloween. Say happy Halloween. Say good morning, everyone.